Episode 3, Bald Head. Welcome. How y'all doing today? It's good to see y'all. Thank everybody for joining in. I know our time frame's been a little off for the last couple of days, but my son just informed me we don't have a production team and we be doing this all ourselves. And this is why they have production teams, because we're saving a dollar by doing it ourselves, but I'm losing my sanity. So there's that.
Is it worth it to save a buck? We will find out.
Right. Check back with us in a month. I'll let you know how things are going.
This was against them?
But what happened?
So this was against them? Yo.
Turn up.
Yo. Yeah.
I don't know. This was hard to manage too, so. Oh man. Yo. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds pretty good. I don't know. That's not working. Did you turn it off?
No, I didn't turn it off.
Yo. Oh, wait. Yo.
Alrighty. Saving the buck, not having a production team.
Yep, saving the buck. We can't even get the mics on right. Like every time I think the mic is right, he scream at me or something. I don't know what it is. Like I have no clue what the fuck it is. But I tell y'all this, it is working my last nerve. Like I don't really have too many more left.
Hey, the different frequencies that's coming from the speaker right now. It's killing me.
Every time I move, it's like I'm wired or something. Like it's me. Anyways, welcome to Bald Head.
Welcome. Hey.
Beating this one up today, boy. We done had a rough day.
Hit him with a chair, man. We got to pop and hit him with a chair.
Yeah, because like you know what? Actually, I didn't even know if we were gonna actually even do this today because it's been rough. It's been rough. You asked for a chair, right?
Yeah.
You see one?
Chair?
Yeah.
Chair, man.
Do they?
Applause.
See? Chair or cheer?
Cheer. Like we made it, we live.
I thought he said hit them with a chair. So I'm like, okay.
Gunshot?
Like, yeah. I figured gunshot just was getting too deep into it, so I was gonna do it like that there. I don't know what this shit is about. Like, is that like, if anybody that's been seeing this, that's been checking us out, it was like, you know what, I ought to swing through and help my dudes out. By all means, please swing through.
Yeah.
Because we need a sound guy. I need an IT guy.
We need a couple of guys.
Or females. We don't do that here at Bald Heads. You all can do whatever you want to do. I would prefer some female grass cutters actually. Right. That would make my day. So if you know any of those, who knows this way too.
Yeah.
So let's dive into this. We've been on here about 5 minutes BS and wasting y'all time. We'll get what y'all came here for. Some of this real sports talk. So me and my wife was looking over this segment today. I was like, oh yeah, this one gonna get heated. You know what I'm saying? So which quarterback deserves to be in the Hall of Fame the most? Y'all see the list of quarterbacks they got up here? Just in case y'all ain't too up on who these quarterbacks are. starting over here from your left, working our way to the right. Starting with Eli Manning.
Elijah, as we call him.
Yeah, I don't even believe he should have a nickname. But come to find out, Eli is really his full name. Like, it's not Elijah. It's just Eli Manning. I'm very disappointed with that. But
well, it should be Elite Manning.
Okay, so
okay.
let's start there. You know what? Let's start with number 10. Let's start.
No, go through the list. Go through the list.
Okay.
Let him get the list.
All right.
Let him get the list.
So from left to right, we got Elijah Manning. Then right next to him, we got the man, the myth, the legend.
Is that Mr. Underrated?
Cam Newton. And I just seen Cam Newton on Club Shay Shay. And he said some interesting things. We'll get into that. Next to him, we got, my favorite number 7. You know what I'm saying? Because the other dude, anyways. Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger.
There's no good options for number 7.
Yeah, I mean, that's got Mike Vick. He was a number 7, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah, all right. Well, we got Ben Roethlisberger on this list. And then next to that, is that Phillip Rivers?
That is.
They got Phillip Rivers next. Wait a minute. That's Matthew Stafford?
Yeah.
You can't put him in a Rams jersey and put his picture up there, though.
That's where he won a Super Bowl.
I know, right? That's on his, that can't be his resume, though, but I got it. But on the end, bringing up the rear, Pittsburgh's finest, Russell Wilson. So, let's dive into this one. So it's a which quarterback deserves to be in the Hall of Fame the most, right?
Right.
The most.
All right.
Wow, this is interesting.
We're about to start this off just like this. To directly answer the question, the answer is a tie.
Between?
I hate to say this, but between Matthew Stafford and Eli Manning.
I mean, I can't wait to hear this.
So Matthew Stafford, number 1 overall pick coming out of college.
Okay.
Helped reset the Detroit Lions franchise. You can say, well, they didn't go to the Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford. Okay, cool. They didn't go to the Super Bowl. They became
what?
Somewhat relevant again.
With who?
Matthew Stafford. They went to multiple playoff appearances. They were no longer just a. They moved on from being a complete pushover of a team.
No, they did.
Under Matthew Stafford.
No, they did.
They did make the playoffs a few times, right?
They did. They made the playoff once?
Twice. Wait, 3 times? Pretty sure 3 times.
I'm not
Definitely
sure.
Twice.
I'm not sure if Matthew Stafford made the playoffs 3 times as a Detroit Lion.
I can tell you, one year they lost to the Saints. That was the first one, like 2011. He threw for 5,000 yards. Still had Calvin Johnson. The second time was losing in the playoffs with the whole Detroit, not Detroit Lions thing, the Cowboys thing. You know, when they got when they had a controversial play.
That was the Cowboys who lost. And that play with Megatron in the end zone, that's not a playoff game.
You're not remember what I'm talking about. It was a they call pass interference on a linebacker for the Lions, even though it wasn't pass interference. And at first it wasn't a penalty, and then they make no. I'm sorry, I'm getting that backwards. The Cowboys committed pass interference on the Lions. The refs initially threw the flag.
Okay.
They put the flag away. Anyways, that's a second playoff loss.
Okay, sure.
You might be right. I don't think it was the third time. You might be right about that. But it was definitely two.
Okay.
And then he went on to LA.
Mm-hmm.
And in LA, he won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
He has been the quarterback of two of the most prolific receiving seasons ever, for whatever credit that's worth to him. You know, Cooper Cup's triple crown season. We can somewhat credit to Matthew Stafford for being a quarterback, and Calvin Johnson's season when he got 1,900, almost 2,000 yards. You know, we can also somewhat accredit to the quarterback, who was Matthew Stafford. I believe when it's all said and done, I do believe they'll put him in the Hall of Fame. Now, when I say it's deserved, I'm like, you know, amongst this list of quarterbacks, he's highly up there. Now, again, on this list of quarterbacks, the other most standoutish should be in the Hall of Fame guy, I'm pretty sure, it's like Eli Manning to me. You know, you can't tell the history of the NFL without including Eli Manning. Right? He was a number one, could have been number one overall pick, said, you know, fuck you to San Diego. Yeah, y'all want to come and draft me? No, I don't want to play against my brother that much. Send me to somewhere in the NFC. He landed with the Lions. You know, yeah, I'll give it to you. Not a lot of stellar regular seasons from Eli. That might hurt his case a little bit, but winning the Super Bowl 2 out of your 3 playoff 2 out of your 4 playoff seasons, that kind of helped his argument. So, and being Tom Brady in the Super Bowl at that, so I think he deserves to be in. What's your thoughts?
Okay, I was letting you do this without me interfering, and
Yeah, there was one good argument against all the knowledge I'm spitting right now.
Okay, that's a good word for that, knowledge. All right, so here we go. So first, who did you started with?
I said
Matthew Stafford first, right?
Yep.
Okay. Jesus. Okay, so if I was going to, okay, I think unfortunately Elijah Manning it is a tie. It's just not between Matthew Stafford and Eli Manning. It's between Ben Roethlisberger and Eli Manning. Like, I don't see how Matthew Stafford leapfrogs over Ben Roethlisberger. He did it with just one team, the team that he was drafted by. He didn't need to go to an already put together team to win a Super Bowl. That's how Matthew Stafford got his ring. No fault to his own, but I won't give him kudos for that either. And yeah, that's like, come on, bro. Like, we know Matthew Stafford, you know, that the time we know that Matthew Stafford and So it is on. It's on. It must be on what's the name right now. We must be streaming live to on both nets right now. Good shit. But yeah, man, you know damn well Matthew Stafford's time in Detroit was nothing to even write home about. I mean, yeah, it was valid the way that he fought and scratched and tried to drag them to the playoffs, and I think he might have did it once, maybe even twice. I'm almost 1,000% sure there wasn't a third time.
Yeah, it might not. I already gave that. Might not have been third, but he definitely
But it was yes, okay.
Which is impressive in itself, considering what they've been, over the last 2 years.
So many years they were supposed to be playoff teams, though. Like I don't know. Like I said, I ain't gonna even get into that. All I'm gonna say is that that his resume and Ben Roethlisberger's resume couldn't be like Roethlisberger had like an undefeated season. Then won a champion. Then won a and don't Ben got 2 rings?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben got 2.
He does.
And he wasn't just along for the ride on none of those. Man, even that I don't. Even that first one, I don't believe he was just there for the he just happened to be the quarterback. Like it's more than that. It's not messing it up.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's all it was too. It was. So I don't know.
But
that is a component. Yeah, and we gotta give him some credit for it.
Yeah, because there's people who get in those things and mess it up.
But if we said these same things about Russell Wilson, would you be like, we gotta give him credit because he did mess it up, or you'd be like, no, his team was so.
Well, okay.
And you can't say the 1 year he did mess it up, which is valid.
So yeah, we wouldn't say that about him.
But again, the first ring he got, he does got a ring.
I think he earned his first ring. I was never like, oh, he's just a passenger. He made big plays. He did. He made. Listen, that's what his whole career is predicated off of. Is the big play thing that he can do. It's not the day in, day out thing that he can do because he's not reliable in that kind of way. He's a good scrambler, broken down play, you know what I'm saying? He can make the most out of it. That's Russell Wilson. And I honestly believe everybody on this list should walk into the Hall of Fame. I honestly God do. I don't think there's one quarterback that I'm looking at right now that don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Only one, I mean, I guess, and I guess the only 2, and this breaks my heart that I got to say this, but you got no Super Bowl ring, Cam or Phil. You guys don't have rings. So that could leave you out. It wouldn't be my opinion that you stayed out because you don't have a ring, but it could wind up. I think that would definitely keep them out.
I think so. Not having a ring will keep Cam Newton and Phillip Rivers out.
I do. And if they do get in, they're gonna get in like.
So I think some people
when they damn near dead, you know how they do that. When they bring them on, they can barely move on the field.
Right. Yeah. I don't think they'll make it
in. At all.
I think they should.
Right.
Especially Cam because of individual.
Right. If we giving Matthew Stafford his flowers for what he did, you got to give this. He deserves a whole bouquet or something like a funeral arrangement of flowers.
Now I'm about to give good pushback. This is fair pushback.
We'll see.
I think Ben Roethlisberger is a smidget overrated. Me personally. Also, the whole Hall of Fame thing, I think, I think he's a smidget overrated. He got drafted to the Steelers, which, granted, they don't always have a great offensive philosophy. They do always have a great defense. Always. His whole career, matter of fact. So, when you don't have to win, he was winning games, especially earlier on. He was winning games same way, like I said, Russell Wilson was.
So is Tom Brady overrated?
Is Tom Brady overrated?
Because like his first half of his career is like that.
Well, no, I mean, he got 7. Like that's different.
It's not. Not when 50% of your career is what you're just describing.
And he went to like a different team.
Yeah, that was for a year or two. 50%, like 98% of his career was spent in New England. And 50% of that is the kind of career that you just described for Ben Roethlisberger, which I believe is totally fabricated and totally overblown. But just going off of what you said, that's why I'm saying, like, if we saying that about Tom Brady, if we saying that about Ben, then you got to be saying that about Tom Brady.
Well, I'm saying, like, no, because how many more times he was able to accomplish it. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying no because he.
Okay, Ben didn't have a great defense his whole year and his whole time, man. His second half of his career, his defense actually was kind of quite suspect.
But he won all his Super Bowls with a great defense.
Huh?
He won all his Super Bowls with a great defense. And also the second half of his career when he was putting up the huge passing stats, that's when they shifted the rules somewhat to where, a guy who's not usually going to put up massive numbers can all of a sudden put up massive numbers. So I think that's what I'm saying. I think the whole context of which I look at Ben Roethlisberger's career, I look at it a little bit differently than most people. Like I said, first 2 Super Bowls. My dad don't want to say he was carried. I'll say he was carried.
By who?
The defense. Both times.
In the Super Bowl.
Both times.
So we are totally discounting the absolute dime.
The throw to Antonio Holmes.
That didn't happen.
That did happen. But also, so did James Harrison running back a 99-yard interception.
Okay, so they both scored.
They both scored.
So how was he carried? That means the offense had to kick field goals.
That don't mean they had to kick field goals.
For you to carry the offense?
No, that don't mean that the offense kicked field goals. That means that the defense is the biggest reason why they won.
Why is the defense the biggest reason?
That was a historic defense. They had.
It was a historic offense.
It was not. They had the number 1 defense in the league that year. They still had Troy Polamalu and James Harrison in their prime.
Troy was not in his prime that one. That Arizona, he wasn't in his prime. He retired 2 years afterwards.
I mean,
he was a slower. He was a slower. He was not flying around and diving through the pile like young Polamalu. He wasn't that Polamalu.
I would. I think that's debatable in itself, but yeah, I just feel like he was carried by the defense personally. But
you got to have something to support that. Like
I just said it. They had the number 1 defense in the league.
Okay, listen. We watched the Super Bowl together. Where did the offense lack at? It was a high scoring Super Bowl.
It was a high score.
So that means the defense wasn't off. The defense didn't show up that game. Ain't that what that means? Okay. Y'all help me out here.
So hold on. So when I'm saying this, you're only thinking in the context of the one game, not the whole season?
You said, yeah, because we talking about his Super Bowls. And you said, like, yeah, his 2 Super Bowls, he was carried by the defense. And I'm like, nah.
Like they got
you act like the season. Okay, just because he had a great defense, don't mean that his offense suffered, or that if it wasn't him, he wouldn't have made it. Like that just means maybe he'd have had to score more points. That just means he wasn't in a position where he had to put up more points because he actually had a defense. Not that he wasn't capable of doing such. And Ben Roethlisberger has never showed me any signs that he has trouble moving the ball. So to be carried is a very strong phrase. That's homeboy from the Ravens.
Dilfer?
Yeah. You putting Dilford and Ben Roethlisberger in the same category?
No.
Of course you're not.
Yeah.
But that guy, Dilford, was literally carried the entire year.
I'm sure he made a play somewhere. He had to make a throw somewhere.
Of course he did. He's a professional quarterback.
Oh. But that's your point about how Ben wasn't carried because he made that.
No, my point was that no point through Ben's entire career was he ever accused of not being able to move the ball. Ever. That's never been a title on Ben Roethlisberger. Never. And he one of the people like, okay, yeah, we got him. You don't got him.
Yeah, he can get out of sack.
He can get out of a sack, and then he throw a ball on the run, one of the most accurate balls you will see. He got touch. He got a long ball. Wait, and you telling me that he was carried by? That's why I'm saying you have to explain to me what did the defense do to carry him. Now, just because, again, I'm stating, I'm not saying that they didn't have a number one defense. And just because the defense is good, that doesn't make the offense bad.
I didn't call the offense bad.
If you said that he got carried, you said the offense is bad.
The defense was the focal point of why they won the Super Bowl.
See, boom, that point. That's why we got to how it was a high-scoring game. You can't say that, and it was a high-scoring game. The defense isn't the reason they won. And right? That's your argument against your own argument, right? No,
because I'm saying the defense is what carried them in that season.
No, that ain't what you just said. Ladies and gentlemen, that ain't what you just said, is it? You just said in that Super Bowl that the defense was the reason they won. And I'm like, that's impossible when it's a high scoring game.
Yeah, but you're only you're looking at it like because I'm saying the defense is the reason they won the Super Bowl. That can only count that game. I'm saying you still got to get to the Super Bowl in the first. Like the defense is a major factor.
Okay, all right, yeah, you had to get
the
there.
whole season.
And again, so then that would mean to say that the offense was lacking somewhere. Where were they lacking at?
Again, I'm not saying that the offense was lacking. I'm saying that the defense was the focal point of why they won the Super Bowl.
Okay, even if that's true, that doesn't mean that the offense was carried. You have to be like not being able to throw the ball, not being able to run the ball.
All right,
for you to be carried by.
We're about to go through the point totals of the 2008 Pittsburgh Steelers, just so I can draw this point home.
There's no point to drive home.
No, I got you on this. You want me to tell you how you scared?
Yeah, I do. Because I got to hear this because this is ridiculous. And why are he trying to get his argument up that he should have been prepared for before he sat down in this hot seat? You know what I'm saying? With these hot takes. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good shots.
Yeah, good shots. Listen, and for all who don't know, I am a Cleveland Browns fan, diehard. So trust me, the last thing I want is to be arguing on Ben Roethlisberger's behalf. But this is just blasphemy. He was carried. Bro, stop it. What team do you know wouldn't take Ben Roethlisberger in his prime? Because your boy Russell Wilson is in his prime. Don't nobody want that dude. He got to go places for free. Somebody help me.
All righty. So, first game of the season, Steelers played the Texans. Final score was 38-17 Steelers. 38-17. Okay.
Bluetooth disconnected.
We'll keep going.
Harry.
Second game of the Steelers. Second game of the season versus Browns. The Steelers scored 10. The Browns scored 6.
It's AFC rivalry game.
Yeah, I got you. We're gonna keep going. I ain't. Third game of the season. The Steelers scored 6. The Eagles scored 15.
Mm-hmm.
Lost that game. You know, what can you do? Fourth game, Ravens scored. The Steelers scored 23. The Ravens scored 20. Steelers win. 23-20. Okay.
Right, listen.
And this is just box scores. This isn't.
Yeah, we're gonna go down this because he about to try to take y'all through this shit real quick. Listen, they scored 23, 26, 38, 14, 23, 20, 11, 27, 33, 20, 13, 14, 31, 35, 23, 27. Y'all, do that sound like a struggling offense? Stop it. It wasn't carried anywhere. They were a great team because they had a good offense and a great defense. Like I don't know how you gonna get me to believe that Santonio Holmes and Ben Roethlisberger struggled. Yeah, what year? I played against them. What year? I wish they were struggling. I wish they wasn't as good as they were.
Just for perspective, the defense that year ranked number 1 in points and yards, and the offense was 20th in points and 22nd in yards.
All right, yeah.
That's all I'm saying, y'all. That's all I'm saying.
What? I said it was a good offense. I didn't say it was great. It was a good offense and a great defense. That's what makes a great team. What was it? Special teams. Special, that was awesome too.
All right.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, we'll just move on from that.
Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger being overrated is insane.
We're just going to disagree.
Yeah. So, and Elijah Manning, listen, nothing has changed for me with Eli. I mean, I think he's gonna get. Of course, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Why? He is the GOAT killer. 2 times he done won a Super Bowl, both been against Tom Brady. One of these teams would have been undefeated for the season. First to do it since the Schuler team with Dolphins, the Dolphin Schuler team. So, yeah, it goes without saying that Eli gets into the Hall of Fame. But if we did it on, your career, we wouldn't even this wouldn't even be a conversation.
That's what it's based on, getting in the Hall of Fame.
What?
Your career.
Yeah, but everything has an anomaly to it. Like there's always an exception. Eli's the exception. Eli's numbers wouldn't get you in the Hall. Take the Super Bowls away, we're not even having this conversation.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, and that's the only thing that's getting him in is those Super Bowls.
Can I ask you about somebody who's not on this list?
Who?
Think Lamar Jackson deserves to be in?
Yes. He deserves to be in because he leads his team in rushing every year. How you gonna leave him out? And they won 2 MVPs. Yeah, he get in without a doubt. Odd that he's not even on this list. Like I don't even know who put this list together. This is a funny list to me.
Yeah.
Like this.
I think it's because all these guys played in kind of the same time span. Being with the
I guess
in the 2010s.
I guess. And like Russell Wilson, listen. For me, Russell Wilson is the biggest overachiever that I know. Like, on those merits alone, I think he deserved to be in there because by every other metric, I'd be like, yeah, no. I didn't think you know, he missed my radar in college. When he got here, I really wasn't. I was like, kind of short. You know, he wasn't a flashy little hot potato kind of quarterbacks, but he had a lot of more control. Like he's Johnny Manziel with a purpose. Like Johnny could have been this, but Johnny just had like, you know, and after seeing his little thing, you know, I understand it now, but don't take away from the shit show that was Johnny Manziel.
Right.
And Russell Wilson is you know, this is what I believe Johnny Manziel would look like if Johnny Manziel was thinking about playing football.
Right.
So,
did you see the Russell Wilson quote?
what happened?
You see the Russell Wilson quote?
This ought to be fun.
So Russell Wilson said he feel like he's opened the door for a lot of black quarterbacks in the league. I feel like his early success and getting 2 Super Bowls and winning one was a big factor in a lot of other guys that was drafted after him to be drafted where they were and to be given a shot in general overall.
Like who?
Well, you could probably make the case like maybe a Kyler Murray wouldn't have went number 1 overall if it wasn't for Russell Wilson.
Definitely, I give you Kyler Murray. I definitely give you Kyler Murray and Bryce Young. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Sure. I can give you a couple.
I mean, but you could.
But I think it is. I think he's breaking his arm off, patting himself on the back a little bit too far with this whole. I opened up the door for black quarterbacks again because no, bro, you didn't. It had nothing to do with you. Like most of these guys are phenomenal athletes and specimens. They are tall, big, strong, fast, agile. Like, bro, you're a mini version of all these people. You're a little mini Patrick Mahomes, a little mini Lamar Jackson. Like, you know, you and Kyler Murray and Bryce Young, y'all cute. Like, you're not like chihuahuas. You're not like a rock roller.
You think if he would have said
you get carried in a purse, you're cute. Like,
if you think he would have said I opened the door for short quarterbacks, you think that would have been more accurate?
I do. I think
if he would have went that way, that would have been a lot better.
If he would have said, listen, I think I proved that you don't have to be this, that, and the third to make it in the NFL. That would have been a little bit more accurate. I opened up the door for black quarterbacks. Hey, bro, stop that. Like, stop that. So we discounting Doug Williams, Warren Moon, Randall Cunningham. So it wasn't none of them. Mike Vick. It wasn't none of them. It was Russell Wilson. None of this started happening until Russell Wilson.
It was not Cam Newton. Remember, guys, it was not Cam.
Bro, like if this dude don't, hey man, and I never knew Russell Wilson was like this. Like Russell Wilson has a huge diva bone in him. And I don't know if this actually came from him getting married, because everybody say this dude changed like he was possessed like the Exorcist. Once the marriage happens, like
listen, hey, Russell, blink twice if you need help.
Bro. Or like
blink 3 times and pat yourself on the neck.
Or
I'll be
I don't know. He might be in a sunken place. That T thing from Get Out, he might be in that because, bro, like what are you talking about? Are you serious right now? You open up the door for black quarterbacks? Like, man, stop. You need an office. You need your own personal office, your own private parking section. So your walkway from your car to your office isn't interacting with anyone else. And when I say that, I ain't talking about fans or media. I'm talking about his own teammates, execs, other people that work in the facility. Like, bro, who you think you like?
Yeah, he tripping.
And he's been tripping. Like this quote really lets me know how far this dude is tripping. Like that's just ridiculous, bro. Like that's ridiculous, man. Come on with that. Like I'm blown away with that one. That one blew me.
Listen, even as a supporter of Russell Wilson, I will say maybe you could have said, "Hey, open the door for short quarterbacks. I open the door for guys who don't fit the regular bill to still get a chance.
Boom.
Hey, That's fine.
Yeah.
We're okay with that.
No, but you the Martin Luther King,
Really?
a quarterback.
You don't play.
Like, boy, if you don't stop it, if this dude don't, hey man, like bro, like this.
We're gonna forget that Cam Newton, Colin Kaepernick, Mike Vick, all these, what, 5-10 years before you got to the
like it's that's the thing. Like, bro, is another black quarterback on this list right here that's better than this dude.
Right. Yeah.
He opened the door for black quarterbacks. Hey man, sometimes we get so full of ourselves. I tell you.
Hey man.
I tell you, this it's just something. All right, well,
Russell, listen. Work.
So yeah, that's so. To recap, I guess like I said, I'm settling in on. I say it's gonna be Elijah Manning and Ben Roethlisberger. I think that's your tie. Mm-hmm. You know, like I said, they got the most Super Bowls, and for my money, I don't. None of these dudes, none of the rest of these dudes struck fear in me like Ben Roethlisberger. And I don't care who you put him up against.
I would have loved to see
big games, Big Ben show up.
I would have loved to see Ben Roethlisberger on a different team, just so I can have a more accurate perception of who he is. But he played the hand he was dealt. He played it well. Hats off to him.
There you go. All right, switching topics. This is another. This is gonna be maybe not as fun as this last one was. This was pretty fun. So let me get y'all together real quick. Video. Yeah. So. Don't know how many people we're gonna lose with this one. But so yeah, as y'all can see, the football world lost the great Orenthal James Simpson, aka OJ Simpson, the Juice. And, you know, listen, this guy started playing football in an era where we all wasn't treated equally. You know, especially people of color. We were treated differently. A lot, you know, and when I say differently, we were treated badly across the board. Every state, every city. And OJ Simpson was one of the people that helped bridge that gap. Like he did, because he was not just awesome, like totally awesome on the football field, but he was so outgoing and charismatic. The camera loved him, people loved him. Like he was a really bubbly person. He funny, like off the top of his dome, funny. I followed OJ Simpson in his last days on Twitter, now formerly X, formerly known as Twitter, for about 5 years, ever since he was released from prison. And every morning, OJ would say something that just tickled me to death. No pun intended. But so yeah, we lost him today, and I haven't turned on the news. I haven't turned on any of the ESPN or any other Fox One. I haven't turned on any sport networks today because I really don't have the faith that they're going to give this man his flowers like he deserves. Now, I know about the unfortunate circumstances of the alleged or, you know, the untimely death of Nicole Brown Simpson and how he was allegedly responsible for this act. This is what I would say about this. And of course, like everyone else, I have my own personal opinions about what really happened that night, which none of us really knows. We only going to speculate, right? But the facts say that he was acquitted. And this is, red, white, and blue, America, democracy, all them good things. Like, you can't pick and choose when you believe in it or when you're going to stand by it. They found the man not guilty. So he deserves every accolade that you can get from the NFL because he gave that everything in him. Days later, the man could hardly stand up and walk straight because he did that. And, I see when the Buffalo Bills get into the playoffs and everything, they talking about circling the wagons and the great history and the tradition and Thurman Thomas and Jim Kelly. And I be like, you skipping over OJ? How do you not mention OJ? I think it's a travesty. So when he left football, you thought, he can't get no bigger than that. Oh, yeah, he blew up way bigger than that. Hertz loved him. The rental car place, yeah, it was on every commercial when I was growing up. Naked Gun, he was in the big screen, loved him. Everything, everyone and everybody loved OJ. He put a hell of a resume together, and I know he still got family and friends that love and care for him, and my condolences and my sympathy goes out to you all. And I think we lost a great man, and I think it's a sad day in the NFL right now. I know what he's been accused of, and you got to use the word accused of because he was acquitted. We made a whole Christopher Columbus Day. We know exactly what he did. This wasn't an accused. We know what he did. He murdered a nation of people, led an army to go pillage and murder a whole land full of people. Not saying that anything OJ could have did or didn't do was okay, all right? But at least I can, in my mind, it's not too inconceivable about how this happened or how this occurred. They got a whole TV show based on it called Snap. And most times it's the women who's doing all the murdering and killing and whatnot. Because they're heartbroken and all of that. So it's not too far-fetched for me to believe that this guy might have been so heartbroken that maybe he did an unspeakable act. Again, these are just our speculations. Because the facts say, if you look it up, you know what it says? He was acquitted. So again, shouts out to OJ the Juice and everything he did for football, man. Yeah. You got thoughts?
No, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I can't think of too much more I want to add on top of that. It's a sad day all around. The sport lost a great one. OJ literally went down to history. Everybody know who OJ is. So, shout out to OJ, man.
Shout out to OJ. Like I said, it wasn't just the whole, the Cole Brown Simpson thing. OJ was bigger than life way before that.
Even after that, he made on Family Guy after that.
Yeah, listen, OJ,
he was never not marketable.
Even when they accused him of doing it, he was so blown away. He's like, I'm OJ Simpson. He was enamored by it. He was just blown away, mesmerized by his own persona. And I know that's, I guess that's not allowed these days. You're not supposed to love yourself too much. It's a weird thing. I've never understood that, but yeah, man, I just think OJ was a special guy, and I really believe that the sports world do him a huge injustice. You know, and it's not just an OJ thing because OJ black, I'm black. You know, it's not one of those things. I think Pete Rose has also been did the exact same way. Baseball is this is horrible the way that they're treating this man. You know, you make a mistake and now none of your accolades matter anymore. And it's how they pick and choose who they're going to crucify for these things and who they don't. It's not like there's a standard, like, oh, if you do this, then this is that. It's not like that. So there's multiple people, NBA, NFL, baseball, they got a lot of egregious things that's going down, that's then went down with them. And we still honor them, give them accolades and everything. But for some odd reason, we've decided to erase this man, and that's the injustice right there. If you believe in America, you believe in this great land of ours. If you believe in it, you really do, then you got to stand behind it, even when you don't agree with it.
Innocent until proven guilty.
And he went through the entire process. We all watched it for a year and a half. We watched it every day. It was the most entertaining thing on TV. And once again, OJ was acquitted. So now when we done with this, when we end this podcast, I'm gonna close this down and everything. I'm gonna turn on some sports shows, and I really hope I was wrong and they haven't let me down like I believe they're gonna let me down. So that's why I didn't look at it at all today because I watch them every morning when I wake up. In the afternoon, I got shows. I got it programmed. I watch them religiously. I haven't turned on them once a day. As soon as I seen that news, I was like, I don't even want to see this because I, there's so many people I'm gonna. There's big personalities in sports today, and they all have their own platforms. I'll say that. So they can't use the whole I work for ESPN or I work for FS1. You all have your own platforms. If you wanted to say something, you could. You all choose not to. And to me, that's just as egregious as anything else. You know, and I don't want to get too, into one of these kind of conversations, but it's just.
He's about to go into politics in a minute, guys.
I was leaving. I was going that way, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bring it back. I'm not gonna go that way. But this is one of them things. This is one of them times where you all make me shake my head. Kelly Kaepernick, that was a shaking my head moment. So, and I hope today isn't a shaking my head moment. I really hope you all don't let me down. Like I said, we're not, these aren't the days of old. When OJ came, when he had to borrow someone else's platform and had to be like, oh, you think it's okay if I say it? That's not where we at today. If you decided to say something, if you wanted to say something, you could. So. Appreciate y'all for joining us again. It was episode 3, episode 4. I think we're gonna do it Monday. Monday sound good with you?
Monday cool with me.
6 to 8.
6 to 8.
6 to 8. We might do it via, or we might do it in house. We don't know. It's a surprise. I guess y'all see it when we get here. All right. Thank y'all for joining, man. See y'all next time.
Yeah, see y'all next time. Appreciate it.